why Brendan Sorsby in the transfer portal is a good thing. Now, y'all follow me. This quarterback, remember, at one point in the season, y'all, Cincinnati was a ranked football team. They started off the season 6-1, right? And it was one of, obviously, those surprise teams in the Big 12 this year. They kind of tapered off towards the end, losing, obviously, BYU, Arizona. One of those games, obviously, Arizona, he struggled a little bit, had 2 interceptions in that game. But overall, this kid can sling the football. When you break down his stats and see how he reads the field, he plays pretty well. 2,800 yards passing this year, 27 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. Now, why would he be a prize pick in the portal? The kid has experience. He's played at the high level on the big stage, and he's a guy that doesn't need too much talent around him to thrive and ball out. Now, obviously, for me, what I really liked too was his QBR. That's quarterback rating, 21.4 this past season, right? And he ranked top 50 in every single quarterback category: interceptions, touchdowns, yards. This kid can spin it. But the mark and what's coming up next for him, now he could, when he hits the portal, he could return back home. Now, there's one team I want to put on your radar, right? They're playing in, obviously, the playoffs, or they're playing in the CFP, I'll say. That team is Texas Tech. Why do I say Texas Tech? Bryn Morton is a senior. This is it for him, right? Pretty much his last year. They're going to need another quarterback. They've already dealt out money, you know what I'm saying, and show that they're going to hit the portal for their guy. It's worked out for them. They have probably one of the most expensive defenses, and they have one of the better defenses in the country. This is why, obviously, they won a Big 12 championship, and they're in the college football playoff. It makes so much sense because he's from Denton, Texas, obviously as numero uno. And then you have the opportunity to go back home. It might be a little bit of a drive from your parents or whatever. I don't know how far Denton is from Lubbock, Texas, but still, you can go back home, 1. 2, you can play for a team that's obviously ascending and already in the college football playoff and already on the national radar. And 3, you can get your bag and get paid. Now, it all depends if, obviously, if Texas Tech is going to be interested in him and offer him that money. But you have to think, obviously, they've recruited pretty good in the portal. They recruited good, obviously, in this class. They're going to bring in Stephen Kennett from Benedictine here in Georgia. Then you have a guy that you can plug and play instantly. To me, that just makes too much sense, right? So Texas Tech is a team I would say to watch here. Not saying they have interest, but just the fit, the money, him moving back home, just makes too much sense. But nonetheless, we'll see, man. This kid can sling the football, and he is one of the better players at the quarterback position, right? When you look at next year's class, right, you go Brendan Sorsby, obviously you go Darian Mensah, Gunnar Stockton. Like, those are going to be kind of some of those names you continue to mention as really good quarterbacks. Also, Marcel Reed, who's returning back another year. We'll see how the Norris continues to progress. But those are going to be the quarterbacks you're going to think of next year when you say, who is the best in college football going into the 2026 season? Sorsby should definitely be on that list. And I think the kid has a really bright future ahead. He just has to hit on his next place. We've seen it with Fernando Mendoza, right? Him coming over from California, obviously Indiana, winning a Heisman. You just need to be put in the right environment, the right, obviously, atmosphere, the right team, the right coach, the right scheme, and the right support, and you can definitely ball out. He showed that, obviously, at Cincinnati. Now, look, they didn't have the season that they wanted to have. Obviously, didn't always score the points that they needed to score. But Sorsby was consistent throughout the year, and he was not a turnover machine. 5 interceptions the whole year, right? So he balled, and this is a guy that you can plug and play. Be interesting to see what teams target him. I think another team that should be interested is obviously Baylor. They should be a team that tries to go and target Sorsby as well. But we'll see if he goes back home or if he goes maybe SEC. There's plenty of teams that need a viable quarterback they can plug and play. Auburn's one. We'll see what happens with the Florida situation. Florida's another place I think he can go to and he can thrive. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting to see where he lands, man. But a major guy major guy leaving Cincinnati.